look, I am going to start off with the shade Ruby, and I'm going to place it all over my eye. It's such a beautiful shade, and yeah, I really liked this shade. I was scared about this palette, but I actually ended up really enjoying it. And yes, welcome to my channel. Sorry about the non-introduction. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down and comment down below. That is my favorite part. Yeah, this is going to be a 3 looks, 1 palette using the Love Notes palette by Beauty Bay. Yeah, I should have started out with that. I'm sorry. But yeah, I started out with that ruby shade and I just think it's gorgeous. And yeah, I think look number 1 is my favorite look, but you'll have to let me know down below which one your favorite look was. I also took it down on my bottom lash line a little bit on the outer portion. And then I am taking that Cheeks shade, which makes a really good blush as well, by the way, and I placed it on the edges of that ruby shade to kind of blend it out. I don't think that all of these shadows will work for every skin tone, but for mine, I'm fortunate enough for it to work. I think that is the biggest downfall about this palette, but yeah. So I'm just rounding that eye shape out, and I took Cheeks and I placed it on my bottom lash line on the inner portion or whatever, and then I also took Ruby again and I just deepened everything up because I kind of washed a little bit of it away when I took that Cheek shade on it, so I wanted to re-add it. I didn't want to lose any of that depth, you know. And then I took Flush and I placed it on top of Cheeks, so to try to get a gradient, you know, but it's very pale and it barely shows up on my skin tone and was almost pointless, so I had to layer it a few times. And then I'm taking Cupid and I'm placing that on the outer edge of my eye lid, you know, just like that. My fingers are black. They are dyed from my hair because I washed my hair and it dyed my fingers and my cuticles where all the dry skin is, so that was fun. I took that confetti shade and I placed it on the inner portion, and then I'm taking that Bellini shade and I'm placing that on the inner corner of my eye, and that is the finished look. Yeah, I really liked this look. It's pretty basic, but I thought it was pretty. And yeah, it's the weekend, so I'm dressed as me. I didn't have to worry about what I wore because I wasn't going to work. So now I'm going into that glove shade and I'm placing that on the outer corner of my eye and I'm going to wing it out. Excuse me, my allergies are so bad right now. It's really bad. But anyways, I'm taking the glove shade and I'm just packing it on and winging it out. This purple is so pretty. I didn't have any issues with any of the performances of the shadows that I've used in this palette, but like I said, some of the shades are not going to work for everybody. That is for sure. Normally their palettes are a little bit more inclusive. This one wasn't so much, but yeah, I cleaned it up with some concealer and then I went back in to wing it out more, and I am taking that lilac shade, sorry, and I'm placing that on the rest of my eye just like that. And then I am taking Soap and I'm placing that on top. And again, that shade doesn't really show up on my skin tone. Not much at all. So, yeah. And then I guess that is an issue with the formula, right? It's not showing up on my pasty ass. So I don't know. I took Ruby and I placed it on the bottom portion of my eye down below. And then I took that handkerchief shade and placed it on the inner portion of my water lash line. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't cut this out, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm doing the other eye now. And you can see that I'm doing the other eye. What is wrong with me? I'm lazy, you guys. I'm sorry. Hopefully you can just laugh about it and go with it, because I really don't care to be perfect here. I am taking that Spark shade and I'm placing it on my, eyelid where the light purple and the dark purple meet, and then I am taking Princess and I'm placing it on the inner portion, just like that. I really do like the shimmers in this palette. I think that is the most redeeming thing about this palette. And then I took Pillow and I placed it on the center of my eye, and that is the finished look. Yep. Again, another no work day, so I got to wear what I wanted to wear and didn't have to worry about it. One day I will have a job where I can just be me. That would be the goal, wouldn't it? Okay, so I decided to do a brown look and I went into Mahogany and I placed it on my eye. This palette kind of has like a reddy pink, a purpley, and a brown section. Yeah, it is kind of a reddy brown, but I figured maybe you guys would want a more neutral eye look. Not something I like to do, especially this neutral, because this is very boring, basic neutral. It's not grungy or any, gothy or cool toned. It's just a very neutral look. So enjoy it while you can, because it was very, very, very basic. So just rounded out my eye, and then I took that cotton shade and I used it to blend out that Mahogany shade and try to, do that C shape around my eye. Then I took that Corset shade and I placed it on the rest of my eyelid. It's a very ugly tan color, isn't it? And I'm not quite so sure it matches with that brown, so yeah. I am also placing it on my bottom lash line, and I am taking Candlestick and I'm placing it on the center of my eyelid, where the dark and light meet, just like that. And then I took Chandelier, which is a beautiful shimmer, and I placed it on the rest of my eyelid that didn't have any shimmer, and that is the finished look. What do you think? Pretty basic. I did do kind of a orangey, bronzy, blush and whatnot to try and make it fun, but yeah, very not me. Anyways, this is the palette that I used. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it is not perfect, but that's just how it goes on my channel. And yeah, I really, really hope to see you next time. Bye.